Like and subscribe right now or this spider will crawl on your face when you are sleeping. The Slatton sisters quickly became everyone's fan favorites because of the premiere of their reality TV show 1000 Pound Sisters. The show has been following Amy and Tammy Slatton on their daily do activities that revolves around their respective weight loss journeys since early 2020. While, as viewers, we have seen that the sisters usually try to stay positive, but just like our lives, there have been some difficult and jaw-dropping moments that can be embarrassing, such as first experiences to hilarious outings and heartbreaking decisions or whatnot. So here are 1000 Pound Sisters moments that were over the top. Weighing at junkyard. It is obvious that if your weight is several hundred pounds, you can't just stand on a normal scale to weigh yourself. So at the beginning of Slatton's 1000 Pound Sisters weight loss journey, both Amy and Tammy had to go to a junkyard to weigh themselves. Well, to your knowledge, this wasn't the first time that Tammy had to go to the junkyard to weigh herself since her youth. That's all because of her being overweight, as she had already been too big in size so weighing on a normal scale. But for Amy, it was the first time, and after reaching the junkyard, and although it was quite obvious that she was disappointed, because she had never thought she would be standing at a point where she had to end up going through such sort of embarrassing experiences. In fact, weighing at 406 pounds, she still was about 200 pounds less than her sister Tammy, as her weight was at 605 pounds. Even Amy shared that she never visited a junkyard because she was always able to weigh in at her regular doctors. According to her, that was the moment she had been dreading. A wake-up call to both. As we know that at around 200 pounds, Tammy started her weight loss journey more than her sister. In fact, rather than Amy, she also struggled with a lot more health issues, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid, and so on. Because of her health issues, despite being only 32 years old, Tammy has already been on life support twice in her life. In fact, once she had nearly killed herself because she had a blood clot in her lungs, and the list of her health issues that was mentioned before were among other things at the top. To your knowledge, let me add that she didn't even know how much she weighed already. But when the sisters first featured on the show, Tammy, already despite being just over 30, needs the help of a walker just to move around, as she can't really do much on her own anymore. Therefore, eventually she had to move in with her younger sister and her brother-in-law to get their assistance. Tammy became so isolated because of her lack of independence, she couldn't leave her house on her own, and she was totally relying on others for 6 years. Once there came one point in her life that she tried to take her own life, but fortunately she survived. But that devastating experience of taking one's own life actually served as a wake-up call for both of the sisters. So, they finally made up their mind that they really had to figure things out if they wanted to turn their lives around. Now, otherwise, it would be too late for them. 12 sodas a day. In this clip, you can see a shocking scene where the both 1000 Pound sisters had to meet with a dietitian to talk about their eating habits a day. I mean to say that the Slatton sisters obviously didn't gain that much 100 pounds overnight, as there must be something behind it. So, when they met a nutritionist, everything became clear during a conversation with her that what made their life quite worse and where things might have gone wrong a long time ago. She asked from both of them what they eat and drink both in their whole day each day. The dietitian asked Amy Slatton and Tammy Slatton how many sodas they consume in a single day. Both revealed that normally they both drank up to 8 to 12 cans per day.
8 to 12 a day.
8 to 12 cans?
Apparently, their mother told them both that it would cancel other sugars if they had a fizzy drink. Well, when they shared about their consumption of sodas a day, the expression from the dietitian can clearly show you how shocked she was after hearing this. Tammy car experience. It is obvious that if your weight is 600 pounds, you are not very mobile anymore, and in Tammy's case, it is no exception. So in the episode, when the 1000 Pound sisters were about to leave the house, they were getting ready to meet their mother by taking a car ride. Suddenly, Amy had a thought in her mind, and she wondered how long it had been for Tammy since she had last been in a car. Her answer really shocked the viewers, as she shared that it had been 7 or 8 years. But not just that, Tammy couldn't even fit properly in the car just like normal people. Her struggles to walk towards the car and getting fit into it was pretty intense to watch. For an alone individual like Tammy, it is not only difficult to climb into the minivan, but even fitting on a seat. So between the seats, where she obviously couldn't use a seatbelt to secure herself, she had to sit on the floor, which made it look like a pretty dangerous ride to imagine. Amy's biggest motivation. For losing weight, Amy's biggest motivation was her dream to start a family, so when she finally got bariatric surgery done, she came a lot closer to the line of fulfilling her dream. Although Dr. Proctor had suggested to Amy that at least wait for 2 years after the surgery if she really wants to become pregnant. But when Amy, after just 4 months of her surgery, found out that she got pregnant, it came as quite a shock to everyone, viewers, and her family. She found out about her pregnancy when she had gone to see the doctors about her stomach issues. She even revealed that she had actually made them check several times just to be sure, and as this obviously wasn't ideal from a medical standpoint. But Amy was still beyond happy and has since given birth to a healthy baby boy named Gage. Wedding dress shopping. Both the sisters, Amy and Tammy, had a quite rocky bond with their mother on the show. For the viewers, it was quite shocking that their mother wasn't supporting them to lose weight for the gastric bypass surgery. But Amy insisted her mother go with her for her wedding dress shopping, as she was still confident that her mother would be willing to go. During the first season, Amy got married to Michael, but they wanted to have another wedding, but this time a bigger one, as their last one was at the courthouse. But it was clear that Amy's mother wasn't in the mood, and her gesture as a mother shocked the viewers that she didn't care for her daughter's feelings. Fans really felt pity on Amy when her mother refused straight to her face, and she was hoping to enjoy the special mother-daughter moment. Mother bought a burial plot. In the first season of 1,000 Pound Sisters, among Slatten's sisters, Amy received her gastric bypass surgery, but on the other hand, her sister Tammy seemed to be taking more and more steps backwards. Because Tammy has been continuously gaining weight rather than losing to meet her weight loss goals, in fact, despite being serious toward her health, she started to become less and less active and more immobile, and even refused to meet a psychiatrist to get help. Well, even Tammy had to spend more time in hospital after getting sick during the winters. She became so ill that she even ended up being on oxygen. Therefore, obviously her condition made things harder for herself. It is so obvious that over her useless and non-serious actions, Tammy needs to accept the responsibility, as it hasn't seemed for once that she is really even giving a thought to create a change in her lifestyle. Chris, her half-brother, explained it is quite seriously by pointing out the facts that it is a crystal clear matter that Tammy doesn't follow a healthy diet, and even she isn't on a good track. In fact, Amy and Chris also shared quite shocking information that their mother had already bought a burial plot for Tammy, as their mother is ready for the worst. But as a viewer, I would say that it seemed like a pretty harsh gesture as a mother. But we know from the start that it wasn't clear that their mother isn't supportive. But it doesn't mean that you have to be mean to your own daughter and to show that you've given up on her. Visit to a dentist. Well, during the episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters' recent season, Tammy once went to see a dentist for the very first time. In that episode, viewers got to know something quite disgusting and cringe, as there was a shockingly unbelievable revelation about Tammy. Doctors shared that it seems that she had been missing her front teeth for 25 years, and not just that. There was something more to know for viewers when they got to know after visiting the dentist. Basically, she shared that she apparently brushes her teeth only twice a week. That cunning information made viewers totally stunned. But to your knowledge, despite all those certain and disgusting circumstances as we know, she never considered taking care of her teeth necessary and extremely neglected them for the past 25 years. Still, her teeth were in pretty good shape and condition. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.